The stock market had another record high week. I'm sounding like a broken record. Seems like every market update video that I do is always the market had another record week. Well, it's no different this week. Let's take a look at these major market indexes here. Looking at these four here, the Dow Jones Industrial, the S&P 500, the NASDAQ 100, and also the NASDAQ Composite. They close out the week with an all-time high on Thursday. Well, they closed on Thursday with a new all-time high, did not close with a new all-time high at the end of the week. But you can see that the New York Composite, the Dow Jones Transportation, and also the Russell 2000 did not make a new all-time high. So we got a little bit of a divergence and non-confirmation. But all in all, the three major market did have their indexes close with a new all-time high. So that it never been an indication, at least from my experience, I haven't seen any sort of indication with multiple market indexes making new high that signify a top is made. Usually the top is made when there is just maybe one or two index make a new high. So in that sense, I'm kind of betting that the market still have a higher high to come. I don't know which index going to be making it, but at least I'm going to keep an eye out to see. And hey, there's always the first time, right, for anything. So, but right now, based on probability, that I be, looking for a higher high. Although, yeah, we're gonna go and take a look at some of the sentiment and the internal and see is there any clue to tell us there could be a pullback in the work also for the coming week. So just because the market haven't topped yet doesn't mean that we cannot see some sort of pullback. Right. So let's go and take a look at the sentiment chart here with the put call ratio. You see the put call ratio coming back up above the 0.75 and working toward the 1 level again, as well as the VIX. This time when the VIX pulled back, it did not pull back to the 12-ish or the below 12 level. It maintained pretty well, a little bit elevated, but not that high, but still higher than the complacency level. Right now it's sitting at 15 and 0.47. So it is seem like it is pointing toward the higher level. So we might see the VIX might make another move up in the coming week, in the next week here, and also with the put call ratio might be working itself back up to the 1 level, and then we could see the S&P, the market, the stock market pull back a little bit more in the coming week, and that's one of the possibility based on the sentiment chart here. And then if we take a look at the S&P 500, the cash index, as it make new high, you see that the advanced decline, the New York Stock Exchange cumulative advanced decline, did not, make new high or even did not make a, ascending type of a posture. It is actually making a little bit descending. So we got a negative divergence between the S&P and the advanced decline. And also looking at the new high, new low, as the S&P 500 making new all-time high, we did see a lower high on the new high, new low. It is positive, so there is more new high. There are more new high than new lows. So all in all, that is still a positive because there are more new high. Show that the S&P 500 did have some strength going up to that new high. And if we take a look at the NASDAQ 100 on the AD line, is much more negative diversion than the S&P 500. NASDAQ 100 is mainly being pushed by some of those large cap tech stocks such as Apple, Amazon, and Google and Facebook, those sort of large cap. So kind of keep an eye on that. It is continue to show negative divergence on the advanced decline. But all in all, the new high, new low still positive. So there are still more new highs than new lows as the NASDAQ 100 made a new closing high on Thursday. Although it is getting close to that neutral line, getting down to that zero area. So we'll see. Right now, it's still maintained to be positive. And here, looking at the S&P cash index, you can see on this daily chart here, we saw this sort of hangman type of spinning top doji, right? And if you look at this formation here, this is more like an evening star type of a candle pattern, and that usually is a bit bearish. So in the coming week, we could see a pullback maybe down to this bottom of this trend line. There might be more. Who knows, right? I mean, nowadays, we get a little pullback, and everybody seems to be buying the dip. So we'll see would it get there, even get down to this 3304. If it break that 3304, then maybe we see it to get this gap fill and once again come down, because I'm still basically looking at this area here for some sort of a pullback support bounce, right, near the 3200. So whether we get it or not, I don't know. But be watching for a potential pullback next week because of this pattern, and also the proximity of these level here on the lower channel, and also the potential Fibonacci level here. Okay, and this is essentially the symmetry move extension. Right, so basically, it's still looking for this thing to come up to this 100 level, which is somewhere around 3368. So basically 3370. So basically what I'm looking at, and unless it's pulled back much deeper than that, then we be putting up a Fibonacci retracement and then see did it get into that 618 and the 382 retracement zone for a bounce. But for now, we basically continue to look for this channel as a guide, and also this symmetry move. And you can see that it already exceeded this 1618, right, on this right here, based on this particular, this swing here, right? Okay, so this is 1x of this particular swing, and right now it's exceeded, 161.8% of that. And looking at the ES, the E-mini S&P 500, although we did not see a little bit of a hangman doji top here, but again, you could see a similar type of price action formation, and we could see a pullback to this 3307 maybe sometime next week. And if we can hold that, then essentially again, I'm looking for this, somewhere around this area here, 3200, for this to get a nice bounce off of that, to see would it be getting a good bounce. And basically still looking at this right here, this poor low from the market profile that have to be taken out, which is made yesterday on Thursday, right? That's 3346. So this is one indication that the E-mini S&P 500 still got a high to make, because you have to take out this high. So that implies the S&P 500 cash index is going to see another new high. But we probably see this to come down here and possibly resolve some of these unfinished business before it come back up and take out this high and put in a new all-time high. And looking at the volume profile for the E-mini S&P 500, you see this value areas keep on pumping up in the last week until today. It's kind of pulled back a little bit. So there is a little bit of a balance area. And if it break down out of this balance area, then we'll probably see it maybe work itself down here into this zone here. So we'll see, right? Fill this gap here. So essentially try to get, work itself toward this 3200 here, this high volume node here, this 3200. Now look at the NQ. The NQ, although it did not have this, hangman doji, but if you take this two candle, the Thursday and Friday candle combination, and add them up, then you essentially get something like this, right? Here's the wick, and you open here, and you basically close here. So we basically getting a sort of like a shooting star type of candle combination here. And if next week you get a little bit of a negative candle, down candle, then we could see this set up a little bit of a bearish formation. And same thing, you basically get this evening star type of candle pattern, and we can see it pull back to possibly down here near this 8900 area. Okay, So we'll see there is a supporting trend line here somewhere around this 9,000. And the other thing is I do have a couple projection here on the upside. One is this symmetry move. Okay, if we take this swing and use here to project that, project it from this pivot low here. All right, let's say then we essentially would get a 10,044 and a half. Then the other thing is if this is the pivot high for this particular swing here, then we do a Fibonacci retracement, then we see that the 141 would project this thing up at 10,010. And that's pretty much in confluence with this 10,044. So, hey, look for that 10,000 if it's going to come up. I think that might be the next target for the market to try to tag. And that's certainly going to make a hell of a good headline for the evening news, right? The NASDAQ or the stock market hit 10,000 for the first time. So that's the one possibility for the upside. Although, I mean, after maybe some kind of pullback and then the next swing up, then that will be the headline target for the market to hit. Who knows, right? Anyway, so looking at the market profile, again, similar to the cash index, similar to the mini, the ES, there's a pull high here that need to be taken out up here at the 94.63. So we could see that it could come down and clean up some of these mess here before it come up and take out this high. So I wouldn't be making too much claim that the market might have hit a new high here. So we'll see. And then here is the volume profile. And again, basically the value been going up, and right now it's kind of pulling down. So look for this break, and if it break, we probably see this area might get chopped around in here for a little while. That be in the 9,000 area. Now let's take a look at the U.S. dollar. You see the U.S. dollar is really making a surge here this week. It's quite strong. Remember, we're basically looking for a bounce off of this lower price channel or a breakdown on this lower channel and then work itself down. But it looked like the US dollar is making a move and try to get up to this upper channel here. And that is not very good for the crude oil because you see the crude oil essentially broke down from these zone here. And right now it could be headed lower, and we'll probably be seeing somewhere down here these area for potential support tests. So kind of keep an eye on the oil here, unless it could come back up and bounce off of these low, and then maybe work itself back up toward the upper range of these two zones here. Because with the strong dollar, that might not be the case. Even though the OPEC is talking to Russia and try to get Russia to agree to a production cut. But right now with the coronavirus, China's demand for crude oil is still not coming back yet. This price to get lower before it start to see some sort of bounce. And then finally, looking at gold, you can see gold, even though it had a negative week and also a quite of a volatile week, a matter of fact, looking at this candle here, but it is still above this pivot high here at this 15.66 and 20 cents. So I'd be watching for this level because, you see basically when it get close to this high here, you got people thinking about bailing out because of these trap long here, right? So we got these guys coming out. As soon as we get these trap long bailed out, then we might see a little bit more upside move. That's why keep an eye on this level here, and that is see what that high is 1613 and 30 cents, right? $1,613.30. So watch that high. If we could take out that high, then we're basically looking at these Fibonacci level to be in play. Right, first is the 1647, and then here, somewhere around 1680 to 1690. Then we get into this, 1643 to 1750. Right, so we'll see. If we could take out this, then we'll probably see a move up here. But as long as it hold, these pivot high here, that will be a positive sign for gold. I think long term, I think gold is pretty much on a little bit of an uptrend here. All right, that is basically this week's weekly update. Don't forget to click that thumbs up to help me smash that YouTube algorithm, and also click the subscribe if you want to see more of these videos. Thank you for watching and have a great weekend.